we're going to do another problem. Step 1 says find the GCF. So we're using our Desmos. Let's pull it up and type GCF. So GCF, parentheses, and we're going to put our 3 numbers in front. So now there is a 1 right here. So I'm putting, I did not write that one nicely. There's a 1 in front of the x squared. So we're going to put GCF of 1, comma, negative 22, comma, and 40. And because I get a 1 right here, we don't really have a GCF. We only want it if it's different than 1, bigger than 1. Okay, or even less, but it's going to be usually bigger than 1. So we're going to put here that we have no GCF, which is nice because that means we don't have to divide. So we don't need to do any of this right here. We're going to go straight to, what is A? A is the number in front of x squared. Well, if I look right here, what did I write in front of x squared? My A is 1. B is the number in front of x. Well, if I look here, the number in front of x is negative 22. Don't forget to take that negative, okay? And then C is the number, the constant by yourself at the end. So right here, my C is positive 40. So now we're going to fill in the snowflake. Let me close this. And we have A times C. Well, A is 1 times C is 40. 1 times 40 is 40. The bottom is a B. Well, my B is negative 22. And then my x is AX. AX. So I take A and I just put an X on it. So 1X, 1X. All right. Now we're doing this cross puzzle here where we're just solving this part of it. We can kind of ignore the X for a second. So I have a positive 40 on top and a negative 22 on bottom. So positive on top, negative on bottom, which is this one right here. So go ahead and check that. And so we're going to make a listing to help us figure this out. We know this is going to be negative and this is going to be negative. It has to multiply, and I'll put a little multiply here, to get 40 and add to get negative 22. So I'm going to do negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. We'll see how far we get. Let's go ahead and use our calculator to help us do this. No, I want to bring it up. Oh, let's see if my calculator will work. There we go. All right, so I'm going to take 40, and I'm going to figure out what these are, I'm going to divide it by negative 1. Well, I get negative 40, so I'm going to put negative 40 here. And then I'm going to go ahead and add those. Negative 1 plus negative 40 gets me negative 41. So when I add, I get negative 41. Is that what I want it to equal? Does that equal this negative 22 here? No. So I'm going to go ahead and I get to cross this one out. This is not going to work for me. And then I'm going to go ahead and see what I get with 2, negative 2. That's negative 2 and negative 20. We know all these have to be negative 2 because they're both negative, okay? Well, when I add negative 2 and negative 20, I get negative 22. So if I add here, I get negative 22. Does that equal what I want up here that's on the bottom of my cross puzzle? It does. So I have my answers now. And you'll just keep going like that until you find it. So I'm going to put here this negative 2 and negative 20. Now, I said before, and I'll show you, that if I see a 1 right here, it doesn't reduce. And let me show you, just to prove it to you. Oh my goodness, it's not working. There we go. 1 divided by negative 2, if I hit that circle, it just stays the same. And if I do 1 divided by 20, and I hit the circle, I meant negative 20, but still it doesn't change. So these are already reduced, so I can select. Do we have to reduce them? No. Did I have to reduce them? No. So now because of that, we are done. And these are right here are your answers. So you just got to write them side by side as a binomial to get our answer. So did we have a GCF? First of all, I believe we did not have a GCF, so we're going to put no GCF. We don't have to put anything in that box, so leave that box right here. This is blank. And our first factor right here is going to go right here, and that's x minus 2. I'm just not writing the 1. And then our second factor right here is going to go in this box, and I'm not going to write the 1, and it's x minus 20. And you're done.